I'm Danny, and this is the Screen Princess podcast. And I'm joined today by special guest Chris Annable, who is a film director, but also the owner of the straight to video 80's video store in Derbyshire, which is just incredible. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it's a nice Friday. It's nice weather for me. This is perfect for me. So yeah, I'm all good. How are you?
It's grey outside.
It's beautiful outside for me. Oh, this is why I like it.
This is what you like. I mean,
Yeah,
I like the sun, but I kind of at this time of year, you don't want it to be too warm, do you? Do you want kind of spooky weather for October?
yeah. That's the sort of semi-beauty of England, really, is that you get every season.
I mean,
Um,
I live in the
what's that?
northeast, so we pretty much get
Ah,
winter.
yeah, yeah. You're
Pretty much
knackered
get
then.
winter. I remember like it was May, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's a bit early for summer, and everybody down south has got bright sunshine. And then it was June, and I was like, maybe it's still a bit early. Then it's July, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure we should have some sun by now. August happened. And if you talk to people up here locally, I was on some gardening groups because I'm really cool. And I was like, well, maybe just, in the Northeast because the summer's kind of late. And they were like, oh no, we've had a really good summer this year. What are you talking about? I think for people up here, that was a good summer. And I'm like, oh, I may have made a mistake in this move. But
Yeah,
anyway.
it's been baking here for people always moan about summers, but we've definitely had one here. It's been so hot, it's been unbelievable.
Oh, I
Um,
know. We
so
had like
I'm
the odd day. So you'd get like a couple of days, but I didn't even do a sea dip this year. I live 5 minutes from the beach and I didn't even get in the sea.
no way.
Rare for me. No, I mean, I kind of had a busy summer really doing other bits and bobs. I was like renovating my garden. Do you call it renovating when it's the garden? Landscaping? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. So either is fine. I think,
It
yeah,
was a busy
renovate's good.
old time. But anyway, how have you been?
Yeah, not too bad. I've been super busy. So I'm propping this up with a copy of One Night Rental on VHS. So
Oh, amazing.
very technical. I'm not really moved forward. Yeah, I've been really busy I've done the released serial, which is just not a follow up to One Night Rental, but second film that I've done. And I've
Yeah.
worked on a proper movie, so to speak,
Oh,
in
are
London.
yours
So
not
that
proper
was
movies? What did you hire me for? And not a proper movie.
I think we shot an iPhone, didn't we, Danny?
We did.
They're also proper movies, but like ones with where you get catering and you
Oh,
get yeah, and it was a 6 week shoot. But
that's
yeah, it was fun.
amazing.
That was in London, and it had yeah, it's a friend of mine now. I'll name drop him now anyway because he'll probably beat me up if he don't know Dominic Burns who wrote it and produced it.
I
He
haven't
got
had
me
Dominic
working.
on the show actually. I think
He
that
has
he
to
needs
twist
to
his arm a
come.
little bit. Yeah, I'll do
He's
some
always
wrestling with him and get
busy.
him.
He's always
He's
busy.
very busy. Yeah, he's super busy. I think he's about to roll out some other things, but yeah, he did it. It was a Kate Beckinsale movie with Charles Dance in it and
Ah,
Jane
yes. Is
Tanner. So it's
that
pretty
directed
cool.
by James Nunn? Was that right?
That's correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. James is
Ah,
wicked as well. Yeah. So that was a good experience. Although I was ill for like 3 weeks of that shoot.
oh no.
So yeah, spent 3 weeks in just basically an apartment bed in central
Ah,
London.
stuck in London.
Yeah, I mean, she sounds amazing, but literally was like in a prison. I was in
Oh,
a. It
that's
was a really nice
horrible.
apartment.
I
Fair
always think
play, the
London's
people
not a
were really
place
nice.
you want to be stuck either. Like when it was lockdown and I was
Yeah.
still living in London, I actually came up here and stayed with a friend in lockdown because he was like, "You're going to be locked down in London and you're going to be in a flat and it's going to be like stuffy. So come up here and you've got a beach." So I
Oh,
did that.
bless.
So
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not bad because where I live is like a little small village, so but yeah, I can't complain. I was well looked after, and it was definitely worth it. It was good fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing. Well, I
really
can't
good fun.
wait to hear all about that.
Cool.
So, your story, I mean, you have a normal business, like a goalkeeping gloves. So, how do you go from
Yeah,
goalkeeping gloves to owning well, it's kind of an 80's video store slash film museum slash escape rooms? Like, how do you
yeah.
make that leap?
A heat stroke. Basically, so me, I had the glove shop downstairs. It's not there anymore, unfortunately, but I had the room upstairs as well, which was basically storage and empty. And went to America with the gloves to sign this deal over there just for like a few days, and I asked Rob Lane, my mate Rob, who was in the
Mhm.
film as well, as you know, Rob. who co-owns it with me. I said, "Do you want to do some upstairs?" And we were in the queue for, I think it was Hagrid's bike thingy at Universal,
Right.
and it was like baking. I said, "Should we do a video shop?" And it's like, "Yeah, okay, we'll give it a go." And literally, we were going to do it for a month or so, just like a pop-up thing, and it's gone a bit bonkers. So we're in its third year now, and it's going really well. We're doing really chuffed with it. We got on when I was ill in London. I was saying before we got on this morning, so that was quite interesting.
Did
And
you?
yeah, and Dermot O'Leary now follows us, which is a claim to fame.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah, I
exciting.
got there you go. Look, this morning card.
Oh,
That's just literally under the desk. I hadn't prepared that at all because I wasn't here. So, but yeah, it was really cool. I've had loads of people visit and stuff, so it's been really good. Yeah, can't complain. I'll do you a quick tour in a bit if you want to, so you can have a look.
yes. Yeah, that'd be great to have a tour. I know I've been, but I'm sure there's new things and all
Yeah,
sorts of exciting
it's
about
we're setting up for something called Tape Stock this weekend. So we've got like a VHS festival thing. So yeah, there's probably tables where there shouldn't be and stuff like that, but you'll get the gist of it. We've rejigged the cinema room a bit, and were you there? The 80's bedroom was there. Can't remember.
Yes, because I used it as a dressing room, I think.
Yeah, possibly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been revamped a little bit. So yeah, that's all good.
And you've got the American Werewolf in London escape room. Is that still
Yeah,
there?
that's
That's
still
still
going.
there.
That's like in a I'll show it you. There's some bits in there that we've been storing away until we get sort of bookings and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
still
what's
there. We
happened with
had
the
Paul
gloves then? Are
David.
the gloves gone?
Yeah, it's just online. I'm still doing them
They're
online.
still
Yeah,
online, but you just don't have the.
yeah.
So is down, do you still have the building downstairs?
No, just upstairs.
Ah, okay. So you're just
So
upstairs.
yeah. It's probably bigger than it is downstairs. We didn't need downstairs as well as this. It's
Right.
already a bit of a crazy idea to have a video shop in 2025.
Well,
Never
it's a
mind.
great idea.
Expand.
I feel like, video shops never should have disappeared, but you're kind of in a random place, aren't you? You're in, is it
Yeah,
Alfreton?
Alfreton. Yeah,
Alfreton.
it's like a without being rude to it, it's all right. It's like a typical town, like a pokey little town. And people say we should make the entrance more obvious, but I quite like the fact it's a little bit quirky, not the
I
word
kind of
quirky, but
like
like
that people
people,
don't know. It's like a
yeah,
secret. It's like, if you don't
yeah,
know, you don't know.
yeah.
It's
That's
nice.
that's sort of
It's
Barbara
nice that
App.
it's a secret.
The amount of people have stumbled in, just like was what basically because Weatherspoons is next door, but generally people just walk in and go, "Oh my god," and then they don't
Yeah, what
realise
is
what they've
this?
waited. I mean, yeah, it's like,
So are
and
you
everyone
open
remembers video shop.
every day? Is it open or do you just
No,
open at certain
no.
times?
No, he's still mega busy. Rob's really busy with his music stuff. Is still
Yeah.
basing with Let Loose, and I'm super busy as well. So we just do weekends, Saturday and Sunday,
Ah,
and then so we're filming again. We've had a couple of rock bands do videos here. Kelsey Carter did a video here,
mhm.
so we like rent it out really. But yeah, weekends there's no in the week. It's like it's like tumbleweed. There's no point. So we've got other things to do.
Yeah.
Um,
So unless it's like private bookings and stuff.
yeah, and then sort of filming and stuff, which we've got doing next week, and then some more for next year. Which I actually need to send you something. So,
Ah, is this two
yeah.
night rental?
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
no.
something else.
It's,
Okay.
yeah, but
Amazing.
yeah, I think I'll enjoy it. Hopefully, I enjoy it. Um, it's again, it's comedy horror, so it's right up your street, and I think it was written for you, so hopefully you take it and you like it. So,
Amazing.
fingers
I
crossed.
like that because I since I've moved, I've been very quiet. And I did one film earlier this year. And it's actually quite nice to have like a kind of good role in one film. And then I've kind of come back and I've focused on the podcast and focused on like the YouTube channel and kind of doing other bits and pieces. But I like knowing there's something in the pipeline because otherwise I'm like, well, what if I do a year without a film? So,
Yeah, I'll be in touch about that. It should be looking at February if you
oh,
yeah,
amazing.
what's the suits around you.
Yeah, my diary is pretty
Nice.
empty for next year so far.
Oh, excellent. Oh, it's going to be cold again. If you remember last time we filmed, it was freezing and you had that red dress on all the time.
Yes.
Um, it was very cold.
Yeah, I mean that's not the
Uh,
coldest I've been on a set. So, it was and I wasn't outside for long periods of time. You were kind to me.
oh,
And
thank
I
you.
do remember
Yeah,
being at the farmhouse and was it the wife of your friend that lives there in the
yeah,
house?
yeah.
She gave me this huge. hot water bottle. It's about the length of my body because I'm not very tall, and that kept me warm. So it wasn't so bad. It was a great location, being able to, shoot on a farm and
Yeah, there's a genuine slaughterhouse as well. Well, not obviously
yeah,
now, but it was a good use. So yeah, it was really cool to do
yeah.
something
Now they
there. I'm
have
not
piggies that are
saying.
pets. So
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I've actually been in my uncle owned a farm, and it was the worst experience of my life. It was horrible. I would never want to revisit anywhere like. It's just instantly creepy when you walk into somewhere that what used to be is even can hold even more scary notions, can't it, than actually what it is.
yes. Yeah, I mean it's a great setting for a horror film though, isn't it? Like
Yeah, yeah,
have a
perfect.
gritty
Yes,
slaughterhouse is great. So Teresa, I've dressed a little bit 80s today in my Beetlejuice dress. So I
very
thought
nice. Yeah.
because your shop is all, 80s, is that where you kind of found your love of film in the 80s?
Yeah, I think that was sort of the era where VHS came around, or video. We had a Betamax first, so
I missed those.
yeah, yeah. Betamax were actually better format than VHS.
Oh,
I mean, most people know that, but some people don't. It's just a better quality, and it was filmed on. It was used by the BBC for a while. If you ever see a Betamax, you go, "That is so much better than VHS." It just is,
does it look like a
and I think
VHS?
it's
Like I don't actually, I've heard
no,
the
it's a little
word
bit
Betamax.
smaller.
I don't really know what one is.
Basic, yeah. I ain't got one knocking around. I'll find you one in a bit. But they're ish. They're just a bit smaller. They're say VHS is like that big. So
Mm.
Betamax is probably like there,
Okay. But a similar
about there.
idea, like they look the same, like a tape.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, yeah, same tape and everything. I think I might be wrong, so I don't even get it wrong on this, but who cares, eh? That it was only made by one company. I think it was Sony and
Right.
or Panasonic, and they didn't let anyone else make them. So that's why
Ah.
they lost it. And VHS were like, yeah, go for it, and everyone made VHS, and the gradual was a switch over to VHS. But yeah, they were everywhere, like video stores, and that's what we tried to recreate the old school ones that everyone remembers, not the
Hmm.
blockbusters. You go in and everyone went to the video shop, and it was just like one of those things. And I just started like, I don't know, I fall in love with films. I've got an obsessional personality, I suppose, and I like watching stuff over and over again as well, and like learn all the lines. But I got that. The first film I saw was probably Spy Who Loved Me at the
Right.
cinema with my dad, and I'm not even that older now. I managed to get to watch that, and then obviously the Star Wars ones were huge with the figures and stuff.
Mm.
So I become obsessed with going to the video shop, but you couldn't get Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back for years. So we had to go and rent whatever. So I'd rent the same film over and over again, or just remember all the sort of video nasties and stuff that I
Yeah.
steered clear of until my wonderful cousin babysat for me once and made me watch American Werewolf in London when I was about 8.
That
And
wasn't a
I
video
tell you, it's like,
nasty though, was it?
not really, but if you watched that when you were 8, it probably would have done.
I
It
watched
was.
it when I was 8.
It was definitely in the section of video nasty. I remember it being like that, like next to Driller Killer and things
Right.
like that. So yeah, it was wasn't quite. I think it was a preset thing, and it was just the cover was horrible. But the
Mm.
film, yeah, did it not scare you at 8 then? Did you not get any nightmares about it?
No, I watched it when I was 8, and yes, I was
Oh, it.
scared.
Okay.
Yeah, not American Werewolf in London. I don't know when I watched that. I can't have been much older. I probably watched that by the time I was 10 because it was one of my dad's favorites. But my parents didn't really watch horror. We didn't have a membership to the video shop. So I
Wow.
didn't really watch any horror or anything until I was a bit older, really. I didn't go into horror until the 90s. So all of the 80s horror I kind of missed out on. And I've seen a lot of it now, but I watched it kind of later when it was kind of dated.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, my mum would buy videos and then I would just have, those videos and I just watch those again. But they were mostly like Disney things and The Wizard of Oz and The Sound of Music. So yeah, my
Wizard of
horror.
Oz is a horror, isn't it?
Well, I think so. I think it's a horror. I
Okay,
mean,
fine.
those winged monkeys are pretty scary. The witch was terrifying when you're little. And I think it's,
Well, the
yeah.
whole thing, yeah, it's like lost on your own. Like you've got to
Yeah.
get home. Can't get home. You're in a weird place with like walking, talking things that don't walk and talk. It's
Yeah.
just
But
the
you
whole
know what
thing's
was
petrifying.
scarier is the return to Oz. I know it's not really a direct sequel or anything. It's based on another one of the Frank Baum books, but that one was sinister. Like the
Yeah, it is.
Gnome
Yeah.
King was terrifying. The Wheelers were horrible, and Mombi, the heads, that bit where there she's like Dorothy Gale, and I used to have to turn it off at that point if I was ever watching it on my own. I couldn't get past the head bit. It was too scary.
Yeah, there was weird films like that that just were scary, and probably unintentionally to be scary, but were made for kids as well, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, well, I kind of like
Um,
that because it means like now as I'm
yeah,
older,
absolutely. Yeah,
I will watch stuff with my partner's kids, and like I like that they'll watch something that I actually will enjoy watching because I don't want to watch like I don't know a normal cartoon. I want to watch something that's a little bit sinister or
absolutely.
spooky.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was very fortunate though with videos that my dad just either didn't care or whatever, or just didn't realize what he was doing. I could rent anything I wanted to, so I could go into rent absolutely anything at the video shop. So I was watching horrors since videos were around. So whether that did any effect on me or not, and the same with the cinema as well. There was a cinema that Rob's great granddad helped built in Ripley, quite a famous cinema, and that used to let you in if when they felt like it. So I saw Commando and Running Man and stuff like that when I
So there
was
was
like
no,
nine.
or there was ages on stuff,
Yeah.
but they
Oh
let
yeah, there
you
was.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No one cared. I mean, yeah, it was the era when no one really gave a damn about it, and it's kind of probably not the best idea. But it's not
Well,
hurt
I
many
think
people do the
life
same thing.
is scarier, really, than like the
Yeah,
news, watching the news, especially now for kids who will see stuff online. It's scarier than, watching a film, I
yeah,
think.
definitely. I think again they've become desensitized to it. So if you like, if I put a film on for my lad, I mean, he was watching like Freddy and Jason, and it didn't bother him at all.
Yeah.
Whereas it was like, God, it was scared me when I was about 10, 11. He's like, this is silly. I was like,
See,
what?
that's how I feel about them. Like my boyfriend loves Freddie, but I'm like, I watched it too late. I watched
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
in my 20s probably again, and it wasn't very scary and it was silly and it's kind of dated compared to, I mean, we've just watched Hellraiser and we were
Oh,
both
the
like,
original.
yeah, well, neither of us had seen it. And like,
Okay.
although we really loved the effects, so I'll give it that. Couldn't really grasp like why the story was a thing. Like I feel like it didn't have enough of the Cenobites, didn't have enough of Pinhead. I'm like, isn't that the whole point? Like, where are they? Um, but I did love the effects, so I will
Yeah,
give
it
the
was
80's
tend to be.
that. You know.
Yeah, it was sent a lot of it was sort of Freddy wasn't in Freddy One very much.
Mm.
Same with yeah, as you say, Hellraiser. You watch him. Actually, going opposite of horror, I watched Police Academy the
Mm.
whole lot the other day, and I didn't realise that the second and the third one that Mahoney's hardly in it. As we were watching it with my mate, because I went to a convention the week and Steve Guttenberg was there, so I was like, I'm going to watch Police Academy when I get back, and I was like. My brain must have been on a different level. Same with like Freddy and Freddy One. I think he's in it like 8 minutes or something stupid.
Mm.
So, and you're right with Pinhead. Is like there are, and the story doesn't really revolve around them. It's about the box and him
Yeah.
trying to regenerate himself. I just find the dude in it really creepy. Andrew Clark. And my name's terrible with names. He's in Cobra and He plays the
I'm not good at
serial
names.
killer in Dirty Harry. The dad at the end who gets ripped by the hooks. He's freaky. He
Right.
really freaks me out. Just like the look and the feel of the 80's was something that was a bit more scarier and there's like a
Yeah.
thicker feel to it.
Yeah. I mean, I think
But
definitely if you were watching it in the 80's, it's like if you're watching 70's horror in the 70's and it was
yeah, yeah,
kind of
exactly.
scary, like if you watched Halloween when it came out, it was kind of sort of one of the first of the slashers.
Yeah.
Whereas, like watching Halloween for me, I don't find that scary, and I feel like not a lot happens. Whereas, like I was watching slashers in the 90's, where I know like they're taking kind of pop culture bits from these older films, but I feel like there's just a bit more going on.
Yeah,
But
if you
that's just
compare,
me.
compare like Scream to Halloween, it's like day and night in many respects. So you've got with Halloween. I think that what makes things more scary as well in them days is like you generally on your own or with a mate. The television was smaller.
Mm.
The picture wasn't as great, but like you had to watch it. Do you know what I mean? There was no like YouTube.
Well, you didn't have a phone
Um,
in your hand because I
no,
do.
anything like yeah, yeah. You're completely
I'm
isolated.
guilty of looking on
So
my phone when I should be watching a film.
yeah, me too. To be honest with you, now I am. But if you watch films in the 80's and 70's, you had no choice for that, so you had to sit and watch
No.
it. Usually, your parents were out, so it adds a bit more creepiness to it. And it's like I challenge anyone to watch a film in the dark on their own with no phone. and see how they feel, see how they react to a film instead of just going, "This is a bit silly." But going back to Halloween, I completely agree with you on that. Is I was, I mean, I'll admit this now. I watched it really late,
Mm,
and I was like, "Wow, this isn't like what I thought it'd be like at all." There's
mm.
not, and then you watch, say, Scream for example, and it's much more faster paced. But you got to give Halloween its credit because it created the genre to
Yeah,
create
of
all these little
course.
films. So you can't be negative about it. But if you watch it now, it's
Mm.
a it, I'm going to say it's a bit of a snooze fest, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but I'll still
And
watch
a little
it.
bit
It's
like,
still one of my
yeah,
October playlist movies because I
yeah,
feel like
definitely, yeah.
it's like the vibe of the, spooky season. So I still watch it. I own it, So I still
I just
like
think
it.
if I
It's
was
just not
after,
as, you know.
yeah, if there was one serial killer who's after me, I'd choose Michael Myers because he walks really slow and he just
Well,
doesn't give a
that's
great
true.
deal.
And that was always, my dad always used to say this. He's like, what is it with horror movies? Because you get a mummy or you get something that is walking very slowly and this person is running, yet the monster still catches them. Like, how does that work? And I'm like, well, yes, but you wouldn't be much of a film if they didn't. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
kind of needs to happen. But I'm more, I mean, actually, no. So I love a werewolf movie, a good werewolf movie. I love a
yeah.
good mummy movie. I love The Creature from the Black Lagoon. But when it comes to my slasher movies, I tend to prefer my killers to be real rather than supernatural. So with Michael Myers, he's got
Mm.
this kind of supernatural power. Like he can't be killed, he's indestructible. And he keeps, he keeps coming back, whatever is thrown at him. And I feel like it kind of takes away from me being scared because I'm like, well, he's not really real, he's supernatural, they don't exist. But where it's Scream, they're just normal people that don't have these powers. And, so they could really exist. So I find it more scary when it's like the killers could happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does. Yeah, I agree with you to a point because I used to get really cheesed off with like end of Freddy films where like they've killed him and he comes back. And like,
Mm.
well, why? And it's just like there's no point to the whole thing. That if he's going to keep coming back, it gets a little bit
Yeah.
monotonous. If you're right, and the rules are like you've made that shit up. It's like whereas to
Yeah, the
say
rules have
Scream,
changed.
yeah, yeah, now they've changed now because he can't do this, but now he can do this.
Yes.
It's like Star Wars, but yeah, you're right with Scream. And again, I think Scream. I really love the first one. I think it's
Mm.
fantastic, and there's just too many of them now, to be honest, for me to
Yeah. Well, we've just
keep up.
rewatched them. So I did a kind of a 31 days of horror, like a spooky season playlist. And we've been kind of making our way through that. But my boyfriend actually hadn't seen two, three, four, or I think any of the other ones. So we've watched one to four. And we like the first, well, I love the first one, the second one, the third one's okay. And the fourth one, I really like the fourth one. He wasn't so keen. And then I think I mean, five I didn't mind. Six I thought was a bit weak, and
Yeah, I didn't
I
like the
will
one they
definitely go and
killed.
see seven. I'll go and watch
Did
it.
they make like one like was it 5 and 6 like really close together?
Yeah, well, they made
And
one to three sort of, within a year or 2 years, and then four was kind of like 10 years later, which was around
yeah,
about the same time as they did. The American Pie came back with like a 10 years later, and I think
yeah,
because
yeah,
I was like at my end of high school when the first ones came out, so you've kind of feel like you've grown with them. Obviously, American high schools are a bit older, but you feel like, oh well, I've left school for that long too, and it's like you've had 10 years of life, and you feel like you know these characters, and you've all aged together. And then they came back with five and six again, and I mean, they've changed the recipe, and it's just not as good.
yeah. I mean, it can't be the first one, definitely. I mean,
Yeah,
but and I agree I do like Freddy films, but yeah, I know what you mean. Well, I prefer a bit of a who done it slasher than a
yeah.
what done it.
I mean, yeah, that's it. He looks great though. I mean, he is a great, and sinister creation. And I think, and Jason again, like, I don't know, it just as much as I love the 80s, I love the stylization of the 80s. I love like the lighting and the color, and I love practical effects. So I love the 80s for all of that. And like the soundtracks, the music, they definitely have, their own kind of ambience.
Yeah, that's another thing. You're right about that as well. It's like the feel of it is in my opinion better. You've got like a thicker look, and also music is
Mm,
like I think in any film now in the 80's you had the 80's 90's to the early 2000s you'd have
yeah,
film soundtrack, and it used to be
yeah.
like go hand in hand, and it was so much better than what it is now. You don't get the releases that you get. You can't look forward to anything as much anymore because it's on cinema, then it's straight away you can watch it at home. Whereas
Mm,
before, you get a cinema release and you wait fucking 6 months to a year before you can rent it, then another 6 months to a year before you could buy it. So you'd have three
yeah.
separate releases.
Oh yeah,
Everyone getting
now
excited
if you
about
miss
this
it at the
film.
cinema, you're not that worried because you know
No,
you're going to be able to watch
there's
it.
no rush to watch it. I mean, I queued up for Ghostbusters and Gremlins like I think 7 times each before I got in to watch it.
Wow.
Because like we couldn't get, and that it builds excitement and
Yeah.
yeah, and obviously getting older reduces that. But when I was younger, it's like getting really excited. I've got to see Gremlins, and it's like, oh shit, we missed out. We had to go and do something else. And next
Yeah.
week we have to go back, and you know what I mean. And that there's
Well, I
nothing
think
going to
I'd be
replace
really
that.
annoyed had I queued at a cinema and couldn't get a ticket. I mean, obviously you couldn't book online
I'd be
then, could you?
nowadays I'd be fuming. But like it was, I wasn't very happy about it. Trust me. But like at the same time, it's a story I will look back on, and it's like that wait for something
Yeah.
that there's no wait anymore. People go, I can't wait for this. It's like 2 months. It's in your hand, and then I can't wait to get it to watch it at home. Well, you can pretty much straight away.
Mm.
I think that's killing it, to be honest. And that takes away the vibe of the film, the longevity, and also films don't get a second chance. Like Lost Boys, for example, started tanked at the cinema and found its home on VHS. So
Mm.
that doesn't happen anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, Hocus Pocus. I've just been watching that obviously
Yeah,
because
yeah,
spooky season, and that didn't do so well. And then it became this cult classic, and obviously they're coming back with the sequel a couple of years ago. But that was another one that didn't do as well in the cinema.
yeah. It happened a lot in the 80s and 90s, and then you've got, like, say, you've got no now. If it doesn't do well, it goes on streaming. If it doesn't do that great on there in the first month or so, it just vanishes into thin air.
Yeah.
So you can never find it again. So if you
Well,
said you
that's
set
because
film,
physical
no,
media is not so much of a thing. I know you can still buy
no,
DVDs and things in HMV or online, but not of everything. I mean, the thing is, if people can't get a distribution deal, they can put it on a streaming platform. So, there's a lot more films out there that you
yeah,
can access via the streaming platforms. But I mean, if I go and see something in a cinema, like let's say Beetlejuice 2, Beetlejuice, like I then went and bought the Blu-ray because I want to have it there. And also, what happens if all of the streaming platforms disappear one day, or what if
yeah.
Amazon decides to close down or Netflix closes, then they've gone. And
You
especially
kind of stuck. You
and the
are. I
ones
mean,
that
even
you buy online, I mean, you can buy them digitally as well, can't you? And
yeah, you don't
you
keep
could have
them.
paid for them and they've gone.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I've been full foul of that on Amazon actually. I bought a film and it went to watch it a few months ago and it wasn't there. I was like, okay.
yeah,
Like one of my rentals on Amazon now, and it's something that it might not be on there forever, but they're also making it a lot more difficult to put things on Amazon. So, like
right.
independent filmmakers and stuff like that, you'll find there'll be a massive decrease in things going on without a proper distributor. Now they just usually just put basically anything on there.
Yeah.
Now it's like, nope, it
Yeah.
has to go
And
through a
that's
proper
a shame. I
distribution thing.
mean, in one
It's
way, when you're
yeah,
looking for something to watch, I can scroll through Netflix, scroll through Amazon, and I can't see anything that really tickles my fancy. And then I'll end up giving up and reading a book or something, because you do have maybe too much choice now. Whereas if you went to a
definitely, yeah,
video
yeah.
shop, you can pick one up and you can look at the cover, you read the back. Whereas on Amazon, you're scrolling through, it
Yeah, that's
just
killing
doesn't
as
feel the
well. You
same.
can, but again, that's the beauty of the video shop. If you went there, you've got to watch what you picked. Like you picked it, you paid whatever you paid for. You're not going to turn it off. You're not going
Yeah,
to look at your phone
exactly.
halfway through. Amazon now films, unfortunately, if you're not grabbed in the first 5 minutes, that film's off, and you're on to the
Yeah.
next one.
I'll give it 15.
15.
I give it 15. And if I'm not, if it's not gripped me, then I'm finding something else.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's such a shame. I mean, it's done wonders in many respects and getting sort of word of mouth out with the indies and stuff like that. But
Mm,
it's also ruined that where films aren't watched anymore. Very few are watched because of say there's that much to choose from. It's like you're spoilt for choice. Like
yeah,
you didn't earn it. Like I remember if I bought a film, I'd like watch it and look at the cover and read it and then like watch it again and then look at everything and find as much as now it's like yeah it's done or just skip past on that. You didn't
yeah,
earn anything. You've not earned it. It's free. It's given to you, and that's
yeah,
less of the fun. You'd have to go and if you have to go and travel to get a film, you're going to bloody watch it, aren't you? You're not
mm,
going to just turn it off. I don't think. Have
We've
you ever
actually
turned a bit? Is
go
it ever?
on.
Have you ever turned a video off that you've rented from a video shop?
No, and I've even rented some that have been horrific, and I've endured it, and I've gone at the end. I'm like, I've just wasted 90 minutes of life, but
Yeah,
I didn't turn it off. I did watch
yeah,
it.
yeah. You want exactly. Yeah, I think that's a half a
There
problem.
was one
But it's
particular
never a
one,
thing.
and it was actually, I'm going to name it because it's so bad, but it was
Okay,
called Black Shuck. And so I'm from Norfolk, or I grew up in Norfolk. I'm not
right.
from Norfolk. I grew up in Norfolk, and there's this legend of the Black Shuck, and it's, there's a black dog with red eyes, and if you look it in the eye, you basically die, and it hangs around near the beach or something. That's the story. Anyway, it was a Norfolk filmmaker made a movie called Black Shuck, and I was like, oh, well, this will be interesting. And it was, it obviously was from, and we hired it from Blockbuster back years ago, and it was basically a guy with a camcorder, and he had a black Alsatian, and it was just, you could see the nose of the dog, sometimes you could see the dog, and you could see his legs walking, and then there'd be like something like killing, but he couldn't see anything other than just it's clearly an Alsatian, and it's got nothing to do with the Alsatian. And I was like, I've just watched 90 minutes of this. I mean, it looked like a lovely dog, but it was a terrible movie. And I think the guy actually at one point sent me an ad request on, it must have been maybe MySpace back then, and I did not accept because it was so bad. So bad.
Oh, bless. There's still plenty of them films being made,
Yeah.
fortunately.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I get to see quite a lot. But I was thinking going back to the sort of the streaming side of things and the fact that indie stuff is struggling to get on Amazon at the
Mm.
moment. If you've not noticed that,
I didn't
it's
notice.
doing it. Yeah, if you know, have a look. I mean, if you there's quite, I could name quite a few films that I know that have not that were on streaming. The first one was, the sequel isn't. I think you've
Right.
been in one of those, and you'll figure it out when you look at it. Um, I mean, I don't like streaming to a point, but like an independent film streaming site would be pretty cool, where you could
Mm.
put like these like lower end films on.
Well, isn't
And
that what like Shudder original? Or Shudder was more,
yeah, Shudder is not now, though, is it? I mean, Shudder's getting like multi-million-pound
yeah,
productions in there, and yeah, you're right, it was, but then it just like as soon as you get successful,
yeah.
Shudder is producing like them VHS
I mean,
films,
there's
which
Tubi.
yeah, Tubi's one, yeah, I suppose,
I like it
yeah.
when you turn it on. It's like Tubi, Tubi, and I can't help but sing the song every time.
I need to get into that then, really, because I know there's like this Vivo one as well. I don't really know much
I
of
don't know about Vivo.
one.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
downloaded Tubi to my Fire Stick, so I've got like I have Netflix, I have Prime, I have Tubi. I've got. I mean, you can't because you all the ones that you have to pay for. I mean, how many of them are you going to pay for? Especially even with
yeah, crazy.
Amazon
Yeah,
now, then it's like you have to have a Shudder subscription, a Paramount subscription, this, that, and the other subscription. I had
yeah.
Disney Plus for a little while. It was free with my phone contract, but I only got 3 months, and I don't really watch anything on Disney Plus. My boyfriend was glad at the time because it's when the Alien TV show came out, so
Oh yeah, yeah, no,
he
yeah,
managed to
yeah.
watch that, and then I cancelled the subscription.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there's too many. There is too many, but yeah. I looked at mine. I was like, Jesus, and I don't hardly watch any of them, to be honest with you. I did find, is it on Tubi? Or Foursome? Have you heard of that?
Yes, I've got
Yeah,
Foursome.
yeah. Well, I've watched. I can't find any British ones, but I found tons of American indie
Yeah, I've got
films
a
on
couple
there.
of apps that have got the old classic horrors, well, and old B movies. So they're fun because we love watching those on an evening. Because sometimes
Yeah,
he gets in quite late. So we'll start watching something one night, but then we'll have to go to bed and then we'll watch. So it takes us like 2 nights sometimes to watch a film. And I'm also terrible on an evening. Once uncomfortable. If like the lights are off and I'm snug on the sofa with a blanket, I fall asleep. And it's nothing to do with whether I'm enjoying the film or not. I'm comfortable and that's it.
I also you have those comfort films as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Every night I'd fall asleep to a film, so like
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
can't help it. And because the cats get me
Yeah.
up so early in the morning, I'm awake from 5 o'clock. So if it's, if it's late,
Oh,
getting late. But we've been watching The Frighteners the last 2 nights. We're actually going to finish it tonight. We're really enjoying it. But
oh,
it's
Michael J.
literally, he's not
Fox.
been getting into 9:30. Then it's dinner. Then it's like we'll have 45 minutes of a
Yeah.
film. It's quite a long one, but we're loving that. And neither of us had seen it. So that's an 80s film neither of us had
Wow.
seen.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox. Yeah, it's a
Yeah. Yeah, I'm loving it.
great film.
It's kind of got Ghostbuster slash Casper vibes going on with the ghosts.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dark comedy in many respects as well. It's not.
Yeah.
When I watched it, I was like, yeah, it's really it's like the sleeper hit, a cult classic, I'd call it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I think I'd heard of it. And it was just, I didn't know who was in it. I didn't really know anything about it. And then we were talking about stuff the other night and he was talking about that. And he was like, oh, let me see if I can find it. And it was on Prime. So,
Oh wow, yeah, it's a great film. When you get to the end of it, it's a great film.
yeah, we're nearly there. We've got about 20 minutes left. And
So
last
you
night,
like I don't know anyone who's seen The Frighteners in three bits. So well done.
yeah, it's only because we started watching it really late and
Hmm.
then it's got late. So I will finish it tonight. Welcome back to the Screen Princess podcast. So, because we're talking about the 80s today, and because this is a horror podcast, I've got a few horror slash 80s horror questions to ask you before we go into talking about your films. So, are
Okay.
you ready? I'm not going to put you
Yeah,
on the spot here too much.
I've lent in now, so I'm
He's
serious.
lent in, he means business.
Yeah.
So, first one, which 80s horror films do you think have influenced your work as a filmmaker?
Hmm, that's a good question. I like to mix them up a little bit, I reckon.
Yeah.
I like the see I've all mine are pretty much like who done it, like you were saying earlier. And the
Mm.
new one there's kind of a shape shifting thing.
Mm.
Um so I just like the sort of the short story Twilight Zoney sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I go for that one.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably not my favorite, but my star because I want to do something like the Freddy's, in it, but I think they're so difficult to do.
You've got
People
to
think it's
create your
easy.
own
Yeah,
character,
you go
haven't you?
so hard. I mean, people think it's so easy. Go, oh, just put a mask on and that's it. And that's why
Yeah.
you get, unfortunately, a load of dross.
Mm.
Unfortunately, that being rude,
Yeah. If
because you
you're
get
doing a
people
horror
that
film, which includes a character and a mask, it's got to be a good story and it's got to be a good
100%, yeah.
mask. It's got to be
And
original.
also, I think people forget with this sort of thing is in that particular. I'm not saying I'm definitely no expert, by the way. Is that they forget to create character or have a
Mm.
character to care about. I mean, all these films have got these great, wonderful villains who've got their own character. But if you
Yeah.
don't give a tot about who they're killing, then it's just a bit of a waste of time.
Yeah, you need that as well. But
Yeah,
your characters, I mean, you want your killer to have some kind of backstory. You want to know
yeah,
why they
exactly. Yeah,
are how they are. Somebody just somebody walking around with a mask on and a machete is not really the one. I think they've done it right with Art the Clown in Terrifier. I mean, I like the
yeah, that,
first
yeah,
one. The
yeah,
second one I didn't like quite so much. I haven't seen the third, but they've created a unique character. And there's many clown killer films, but he's the one that stands out.
yeah.
And I think,
Ironically, with very, very little backstory as well, which is, but it
yeah,
is. You're absolutely right. I think,
but
and he was
he's,
chipping away at that, wasn't he, for like All
mm,
Hallows Eve, and there was been in a two or three
I
before that
haven't
actually
seen
hit
that
the
one.
jackpot.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, it's okay, but yeah, Terrify, where they've mastered the art of it.
mm.
Without sounding that wasn't a punny, by the way. It was just
Yeah, but it worked.
yeah, it works. So yeah, I think yeah, you're right. I think that's the only one I can think of that's kind of uh, gone into those big hitters like Freddy,
Yeah.
Jason, and
The
people
last
will
one with the
disagree.
mask I liked before that was probably Valentine, and I don't think it was necessarily about the mask so much. It was a slasher, but um, I mean it wasn't like it was just a baby mask, but I think that worked too,
Yeah,
just because
the
it was Cupid and it was Valentine.
what was the one? Happy Death Day as well. That was good.
Mm,
I think that wasn't really mask-ish, but yeah, masks in general are very, very difficult, and
yeah.
I think there's a lot of sort of say low-budget horror because it's apparently the
Mm,
easiest to do, and it's the hardest, in my think, to get right.
yeah.
You've got to get everything so spot on, and like effects as well, and um, it's not the easiest one. It's not a matter of just putting a bloke in a mask and going, "Oh, go and kill some people." It
Hmm.
just doesn't. I've seen it a million times. You've got to be a little
Yeah,
bit more creative than that.
definitely.
Um, yeah, go on, sorry.
If you could make a sequel to any 80s horror film, what would it be?
Well, it hasn't been done.
Yeah, one that hasn't been done. Because I mean, I could talk about what would you remake, but I'm never a fan of a remake. So,
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, very rarely
I'm
am I
gonna,
a fan of a remake.
I'm quite handy because I'm sat at the video shop. I can look at the horror section now because I
Exactly. You can look at the horror
genuinely
section.
can't. I can kind of cheat, so I'm gonna have a cheat. Oh, they've all been done though. The ones that I kind of want to see.
Is there one that you thought deserved a sequel?
Deserves a sequel. From the 80's.
Mm-hmm.
God, I like April Fool's Day, but that doesn't deserve a sequel. It
Did they
probably
not have
does.
one? Did it have one?
I don't think so.
No.
Um, oh God, that's a really hard question because all the ones I wanted to see have been done. Like American Wealth in London, but the American Wealth in Paris. I'd like to go and
Yeah, that
rehash one that have like they've cocked it up. So
yeah,
that
it
one I'd
wasn't
love
great
to.
American Werewolf in Paris, was it? American Werewolf in London's
No,
incredible, but no.
no, there is like I know there's a script out there, but that's one I'd like to go for. Again, there's Shining, but that's been done, so I can't do that.
Mm.
Uh, oh my God, that's a really hard
I
question
don't
to be
know.
fair.
I'd go for a Witches of Eastwick sequel, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad shout. Yeah, yeah,
I
which
don't,
is a
is it a
Eastwick.
horror? I don't know if it's a horror.
It's a horror.
It's kinda.
No, I'm not giving you that one, Dan. I'm not. You're not
Oh.
getting off the hook that easy. Oh God, even the Fly. That
Well,
the
The
thing,
Fly's been
the
done
thing.
three
Oh, that's been
times,
done.
hasn't it? But it was
Yeah.
a
Can I say the
remake.
thing? Can I do the thing?
You can do the thing.
Because I've done a prequel.
Yeah, but not a sequel.
No, the game was a sequel, the PS2 game. So the thing would be cool. But again, it's one of my favorite films, so I wouldn't want to arse it up. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, that's true. So I've just bought the book. So of Hocus
Okay.
Pocus, it's like the Hocus Pocus, like the second chapter or something, the new chapter. But I don't think the second film, is based on the book.
Right.
I think
Okay.
it's different because well, it could be. I haven't read the book yet. It's my next thing to read. I literally bought it yesterday. But I was reading the back and I'm like, well, that doesn't sound like the same story as the film. Because Hocus Pocus 2, when it came out, I was like, I've waited 30 years for a sequel and you've given me this drivel. Because it wasn't, it wasn't really as sinister. The witches were a bit too nice. They weren't scary anymore. And it's not just because I'm older. It's like the first one is just magical. Even like the song, like I love One Way or Another, but it's not really the right song for these three witches that had, I put a spell on you. There's like a million other witchy
Yeah. Yeah.
songs that maybe could have done. I just don't think they found that where they were going. But I actually watched it again recently and I didn't hate it quite so much. And I think because I already in my head, and the same with the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, the second time I watched it, I didn't hate it as much as the first time because I'm like, well, I had already told myself I really hate it, and now I'm just watching it because I don't know what else to watch, and it's better than not having a sequel, I guess. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I've accepted it, but I feel like the book sounds like it's going to be a better story, and then I wonder why they didn't do that.
Yeah. I think with books in particular, I mean, I think Stephen King gets it right. You kind of read a book and it's more personal to you, and
Mm,
you create it in your own head, so you can. And then when you see it on the film, it's like, it's not what I thought it'd be like. It's only
yeah. Well,
happened a
also
few
you've got
times, me.
90 minutes, and you can't
Yeah.
cram
Exactly.
everything that's in a book into 90 minutes of a film, more
Yeah, it's
often than
very
not.
rare that I've read a book and gone, "This is shit," and stop reading it. I tend to like again, it's but like if you invest in a book, you're going to read it.
I so
Uh,
I'm more likely to put a book down if I can't get into
really?
it. I've literally just done it. I started reading something and I just couldn't get into it. And it was by the writer who wrote Practical Magic. So I thought, oh well, I'll love this. And I just couldn't get into it. Was it the Circus of Wonders or something or
Okay.
something? Maybe not the Circus of Wonders. It was something about a freak show basically, and I just couldn't get into it. And I don't know whether it was like my mood I've been in, like, and I haven't been wanting to read
Okay.
that. But yeah, I took it back to the
Didn't
library.
float.
It
Okay.
went back. It went
No,
back.
I'm not a massive reader, even though I do like reading. It's something that I don't do very often, but I always pick something I'm really interested in, so I don't just take a whim on it. You know, if I'm not an avid reader, so if it's something I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool, I'll give it a blast.
I
And I
read
read a
it
really,
more than I watch, to be honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
I read I can't remember what it's called now. It's really bugging me. I don't know if you've heard about it, but I read a book where you read like a chapter and a bit, and then you got a web link, and it went to the web link and it showed you the next bit. Like,
No,
that was
that's
really
weird.
clever. Then you go back and read the rest, and you go back and you watch the bit. And I was like,
So it's like
I can't.
interactive. It was like those books
Yeah,
you had when you were a kid, and you'd get
yeah,
to the end of the page, it'd give you an option of where you want to go in the story, and you'd pick,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it'd send you to the next bit. Like I
Choose
like
your own
those.
adventures.
Choose your own
Yeah, they were great.
adventure.
Though. Yeah, they were great. They were. I had a few Indiana Jones ones, ironically, of those.
Did you? That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool. Do you still have them?
Nah, like anything
Oh,
of my childhood has just like somehow vanished.
it's sad, isn't it? Like I know that I've got in the loft, I've still got my gummy bear, but the other day I mean, I've just purchased all these Care Bears, the Universal Monsters Care Bears. If you can see them, I bought
Oh
them for
wow,
myself
yeah.
recently, and then I was like, I wonder where my Care Bear is. And I think I had it until a lot, like a few years ago. And I think maybe when I was packing up my flat in London, I might have let it go. I'm not sure. I don't
Oh
think it's in the loft
no.
though. And then now I'm wishing it was.
I've got most of my Star Wars figures still from the 70s and 80s, so
Yeah, I've got
there we go.
one Barbie. It's possibly a Ken from back then, and my gummy bear and my
Oh,
gollywog
bless them.
as well, which you're not allowed to call a gollywog anymore. It's a
Yeah,
golly.
that'll have to stay in the loft, unfortunately, won't it?
It's actually in
You
my
can't.
bedroom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My grandma gave me a gollywog actually, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know what happened to it. Yeah.
Well, it
Well,
was a lady that lived down the road and she used to make toys. She used to make like, like rag dolls and toys and things. And my mum commissioned her to make it for me. But you can still buy them, but they're called gollies now, which is
okay.
so yeah, they're not
Okay.
illegal. And it lives in my bedroom in the corner next to my
Okay.
next to my
Yeah.
haunted doll that my friend Cheryl bought me from an antique shop. And she was like, that is definitely haunted. And then she went back to get a lamp and then she bought me the doll. And I was like, oh, well, she lives in the bedroom too. Okay. So
The dolly will protect you.
yes, yeah. I mean, to be honest, the doll hasn't really haunted me, so I think I'm okay. So who is your favorite 80's villain?
I'll have to go Freddie. You have to go to Freddie. Not because I'm wearing this.
Okay,
This
yeah,
is just like
you're wearing the
literally,
outfit.
literally was a fluke. Yeah. Freddie was just like such a big star of the 80s, and he
Yeah.
petrified me. And then later on, like I think they went too far with it, but the 80s, it was like Freddie was everywhere, and
Mm,
definitely the most fun. And Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is my favorite, which is not everyone's favorite, but it's my favorite.
mm,
But yeah, I just love Freddie, and they could then say the one-offs like The Shining, Jack Torrance, but as a character, it has to be Freddie.
yeah. So how do you feel about the kind of resurgence in this kind of 80's retro horror aesthetic in
Yeah,
the
it's cool. It's strange, but like there's a lot of people who say come to the shop, and it's kids. There's like eight,
yeah.
9 year old kids
That I've
talking
never
about
seen a video
talking about.
before.
It's crazy. No, they know everything about Predator and all sorts. They know more than I do, and it's like so cool, and they're like really into it because it's something physical. And I was saying to like the folks and the kids, like when they're like, what they're going to do about a video shop museum in 20 years' time? It's going to be like just thin air, like the cloud and
But do you
streaming.
think videos can
There's
make
no,
a comeback? Because cassettes have, I mean, vinyl's obviously really cool now. And I
yeah,
mean, I love like traveling to vintage shops and kind of finding old vinyls. But tapes, I know like Kylie Minogue, for instance, when she releases a new single, she'll release it on vinyl, on CD, and on a cassette tape. But I don't know who owns a cassette tape player. I certainly don't. But I wonder if
yeah,
videos could make a comeback. Do you think?
yeah. I mean, they've been sort of bubbling away for a bit. They kind of have a little bit. So you get it's very collectible. So like Terrify, they released them on VHS, and Alien
Right.
Romulus was released on VHS, and they just sell out straight away.
But can you
They
buy
can
a
charge
video
what
player? Because
you can't. Yeah, so go on.
well, Kyle's just tried to buy a Blu-ray player, and like when I got mine a few years ago, they were like way cheaper. But now like Blu-rays are kind of being phased out. It seems like the players are being phased out, so they're all quite expensive.
Yeah, I just get a console for that. To be fair, but VHS players now obviously don't make them. So we were selling them at
Mm.
15 quid a few years ago. Now they're going for like 50 to 100 because
Yeah,
they don't make them anymore. They're becoming obsolete. And I think they probably
yeah.
will. Hopefully, someone will remake one.
How cool would it be? I mean, I think with all
That'd
of
be
the
eight.
80s stuff coming back, I mean, I can imagine kids wanting like a proper, cassette tape Walkman after watching Stranger Things and I don't know,
Yeah,
even
Walkmans are
even
making a
the
comeback.
Fear
I think.
Street
Yeah,
series, which was kind of 90's, etc. Like, I feel like people would want stuff, and I can imagine kids thinking it's really cool to have videos now.
yeah. Same with the Walkman. They're definitely coming back. Videos is another thing. I think it's sort of yeah, it would be cool. It'd be great if we could just like, have a night where people came and rented videos again as a
Yeah,
family, picked a film as a family, and so it's like going to the cinema.
yeah.
But again, it's the way everyone is, and unfortunately, everyone falls in this bracket. It's the path of least resistance.
Mm.
It's how bothered can everyone be, and not very. If it's at your fingertips, you're going to click and get it. It'd be lovely if we could have like that old feeling of that wicked nostalgia of going to a video shop, looking at the cover, picking it because of its cover art, or reading about it. that'll be
Getting
the
your
dream. But it's
popcorn.
yeah, it'd be amazing. But like I, again, you've got something that's too easy.
Mm,
That's just there, and you, it's like showing like if you go home and get your pajama like it's nice and cozy. It's like should we go to the video shop or should we just press a button?
yeah, no, it's
But
true.
yeah, it's
So,
horrible reality of the fact that people will 99.9% of people will just press a button
mhm.
and get it. But I'd like to think videos as collectibles, definitely. Um, whether people watch them, it's good to watch them still. I mean, we put a video on every week, and it's great to watch. Like
Mm.
you get the buzz again, and you forget about films you've not seen as well. It's like I watched Great Outdoors the other week, and oh god, who's Harry Crump? The John Candy documentary came out, and I'm like,
Right.
wow, it's just brought back loads of memories.
So
Hence
before we
why I
start
released.
talking about your films, can we go on a
Yeah,
little tour?
yeah, sure, yeah,
The video shop. Let's take the
yeah.
viewers around. So anyone who's just
Terribly,
listening to this as a podcast, sorry, you won't know what's going on. But if you are watching this on
yeah.
YouTube as a video, and I think you can actually also watch it on Spotify as the full video, we're going to go on a tour of the video shop. So we actually did some filming
Oh,
in here for one night rental, which we're going to chat about. And how cool is this? So
so this
you've
is the
got
main shop. There we go. This is what I was cheating on earlier with the horror section.
yes, the horror section. You've
Um,
got the vintage arcade machines.
there's the Star Wars and Turtles over there. That's a VHS camcorder.
Yes.
A big old wrestling section because Rob loves wrestling, and so do I.
Does
Up to
he?
about yeah, up to a point, up to the like very early 90s. Loads of Starbursts, which we're featuring a issue of Starburst as well, which is pretty cool.
Amazing.
Comedy, sci-fi, so all the old classics.
Mm.
This is pretty much where you were. This is we're setting up for tape stock, so all these videos are on the floor. Um, that's
You've
where
got so
Vern
much.
got
Where do you get all the
documented.
videos? I mean, did you have a big collection or do you
Yeah, Rob did, and I had a few,
hoard?
and then donations, and just looking on eBay. But people have been like old video shops have been in touch, and it's been really cool. So we've done really well. But yeah, a lot of them are Rob's. Bit of a shining carpet there.
Yes.
Some more bits and
And you've got
bobs.
all kinds of little knickknacks as well. Is that there's something from
Yeah,
Indiana
yeah.
Jones there? I've just seen the
So
little
they got
bald man. What's he
like
called?
that's the idol
The
from
idol.
Raiders.
Yes.
And that's from the Temple of Doom, the Shankara Stone.
Yes.
That's the so we sold the staff. Um, some old
So
Spectrum
is everything
games
for
back in the
sale
day.
in there as well? Or
These are, yeah, the videos on the wall are just for show, but everything on
right.
this side. So we have got like that section there where the alien gun is
I
and
love
the
the old lockers as
techno.
well.
Yeah, like that they're all for sale on that wall there.
Right.
Loads of t-shirts, and the dude who played Greedo was here the other week, so we did that for him. Hand shot first. And then a
Amazing.
what if section, so films that like what if, say, Beverly Hills Cop was supposed to be Sylvester Stallone, and so he did like covers for it called Alien Star Beast.
Ah.
That's Back to the Future with Eric Stoltz. John Travolta, oh God, Frank Sinatra's in Die Hard,
Can
and
you imagine? I
yeah,
love that idea. Who's that?
Tom Selleck, who was supposed to be Indiana Jones, but because of
Was
Magnum,
he?
yeah, because of Magnum, he couldn't do it.
Ah, well,
Obviously, that's why we did
it's
the
funny,
thing for
isn't
the
it?
love.
Because any of those films would have been completely different. I mean, I love
Oh God,
Harrison
yeah.
Ford in Indiana Jones. I
But
don't
then
think
again,
I don't know,
they
like
did Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck, I don't think is as sexy as Harrison Ford when he was younger.
Yeah, I have to agree on that. Even though I'm a bloke, I have to agree. Then they got
Harrison
some
has
more
the
things for
edge.
sale. Oh yeah, it's the coolest dude in the world, isn't he? Let's be honest.
He is really cool.
So like bits and bobs of horror malarkey, and yeah, we do that, which is a crazy thing, like Max Razor from Predator.
So much to
Uh,
look at.
yeah, there's tons, and say this one, and then let's quickly show you the stairs. So when you walk up, you see all that.
All the posters. I just went to see
Um,
Jaws actually at the cinema for
cool.
the re-release for the 50-year anniversary, and it was so cool seeing it on a cinema screen.
Yeah, I went to see it in 3D because I've always wanted to see it in 3D. It was
Well,
on
I gave him the choice. I said, "Do you want to watch it in 3D or on normal?" And he's like, "Well, it wasn't released in 3D to start with, was it? So let's watch it as it was intended." But I kind of wish we'd gone to both.
yeah, it's great in 3D. So this is
So
the
this is the
bedroom.
bedroom. This was the
Yeah,
80s bedroom. So this was where I had a dressing room. My friend's brother had those curtains in his room.
those.
Yeah.
Do you know what they are? They're Playboy curtains.
Are they? Well,
Yeah.
maybe he didn't have those ones then. Maybe he had different ones
But
that.
everyone says the same thing, you know. Everyone says I don't care, and so I think about. Well, they were robbed, so yeah. I
Uh,
suppose. Remember those bags?
Kyle's got that hat. I don't know if he's worn it yet. The Marty McFly hat.
Oh right, yeah, that one.
Hmm.
Got a jacket as well if you ever want to borrow that for a cosplay,
Yeah.
and the skateboard as well, the hoverboard.
Ah, but does it hover?
Nah, I could lie and say it does, but that would be an absolute yeah. And loads of Freddy stuff there, like Freddy Standy, and all
So
the sort of,
cool.
and then Ryan Falcon, bit of a gizmo. Um,
Oh, I
that could be a
noticed you've got a
competition.
gladiator on the
Anyone?
wall. Who's she?
Oh, that you cast that as a question. I'll give you the answer later.
Oh, okay. I've just spotted Lionel.
Lion. Oh
Cobra.
yes. Where is he? There he is. Yeah,
There
there
he
he is.
is. Spotted him.
Yeah, yeah. Cobra was at the shop a few weeks ago as well.
Was he?
Yeah, yeah. It's a
He
really
was
cool
one of
dude.
my favorite gladiators.
Was he really? Oh, I'll sort you something out. That was really cool. Then I got sort of like a wall of autographs
That's
uh, in
amazing.
the shop.
So
Which
how
is
can people come to the shop? So
Cobra.
you do have celebrities and guests come and do signings there. So we obviously you've got Lawrence, who we're going to chat about in a little while, about the film. So you do have celebrity guests that come and do signings. So obviously people can hop on your website and have a look at what you've got going on.
Yeah, yeah, we do. Yeah, we've got
The screening
I can't
room.
get a comment. What was it? There's a screen I turn. It's not. It's based on the shine. It's better in the dark, but you get the shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Paul Davis is coming end of November. Who did a book on Lost Boys in American
Hmm.
Wildlife in London. I don't know if we're allowed to announce it. We've got Femi Taylor, who's Ula, but that's next year.
Right.
And I don't know who else have we got. Oh, B.A. Johnson, who's singing. Thomas Nichols from American Pie. Again, these are all kind of exclusives for you. Um, oh, we've also, you've not seen
Exclusive.
this yet, Danny, I don't think, I don't know if we're allowed to
What?
show it or not.
What have we got?
Yeah. Did you see that?
Adults only. What did I see?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Because I
Oh,
don't
the
think you've
adults
seen this
only
room.
section.
Yeah, no one's seen
Is
this
there a
room yet.
porn
So,
section in the shop now?
kind of.
Kind of.
Do you
Amazing.
want me to show it you?
Yeah, go on.
It's not, I can't light it. I can light it up because we're supposed to, we're going to get some like lighting and make it cool.
Right. Oh, that's
But
really
yeah,
cool.
I'll be super, obviously, we're going to be very careful, but yeah, we've got like really old stuff
Well,
back in the day.
obviously
I'll be super quick.
Lal, who's got like, Video Shop Tales of Terror, and he does this installation at a couple of the horror festivals, and he actually has like Muffy the Vampire Slayer, and I'm like, where did you get these? And I think they were just ones he had. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know where he got them from, but he's collected them. So there is a section which I think is fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And this is
This is escape room. This is based on the slaughtered lamb.
so people can hire
Um,
the escape room to come and actually play the game.
yeah, try and get out.
I always
You've
feel
got
like
1
if I
hour.
did it, I would still be there because I don't think
Do you
I'm,
reckon?
yeah, I don't know if I'm very good at stuff like that. I've never done one.
Well, that could be a
Maybe
cheeky way
I'll
of getting
do that.
out.
Maybe I'll come and give it a go and kind of
Yeah, do that. You can do that.
I'll do a blog on
Yeah,
it or a vlog or something and see if I can
yeah.
escape.
Just bring some snacks with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
original.
Oh yeah, no, I've learned as a hiker that I never go anywhere without snacks in case things last a
That's
bit
a
longer.
original paper from '81 where the film was dedicated to Charles and Diane. If you
Wow.
know that. So yeah, that's pretty.
I
That's
do.
pretty much the tour of the
That's
shop.
incredible. So, which actually will segue onto talking about one night rentals. So,
Hey.
one night rental is a story about a couple of guys called Chris and Rob, don't know where those names came from, who own a video shop in which some questionable tapes were donated by a gangster called Clarence and leads to a whole plot happening. So the the film stars Rick Mallon, Nidge Green, Rob Lowe, Rob Lane.
Rob Life. I wish it did.
It's my writing I can't read. I'm like, I know his name. I've just written it down and I can't read. And me, I'm in it. There it
Yeah,
is.
there you go.
Oh, yeah, there she is. The pumpkins. Uh,
Still got that dress.
you've still got the dress. Is it in the shop?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll show you a little. We're going to put it. I'll quickly show you. It's not up yet because it's
Ah.
not. We're trying to find space for it, but we've got a little one night rental section
Oh, wow.
with all the awards and stuff. And uh, yeah, bits and bobs of
It
films.
is award winning, which is exciting.
Yeah, it won. I think it won 19.
Wow, that
Yeah, in
is
the end.
amazing.
Yeah, so we're dead chuffed with that. But yeah, get me to flip the camera back around, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. Let the camera background and make ourselves comfortable again so we can chat film.
There we go.
So did you ever consider actually? I mean, because we shot on iPhone for one night rental, so obviously
Yeah,
rather than using kind of vintage 80s technology, for a kind of an 80s style film, it had the vibe. You've shot on kind of modern day, utilized modern day technology with the iPhone. Did you ever
yeah.
consider shooting on like a camcorder?
Uh, no,
No.
I mean, I've got a camcorder, so I could have done that. It's not a bad idea. I think it was um, the ability to edit, and
Yeah.
what we had, that was the easier way to do it.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah, because you
easier.
can always put
That
effects
was the
on it
right way.
afterwards.
Yeah, you can put the. I mean, the serial one is 3 segments, and we've took one of the segments out, which is a found footage one, and we've
Mm.
entered it into festivals as well, and we've put on top of that like a VHS filter,
Right.
which I'm not a massive fan of all the time because it does can look fake and shit. But I've
Yeah.
tried my very best to make it look as possible like VHS was like in the day because I had a camcorder,
Hmm.
but you have to. The main thing when you're doing that is the sound. You've got to get your sound right with
Hmm.
found footage. I think people just record off the camcorder and people forgive visuals but not sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah. If you watch
the
a film
boost
and
and
the
all that.
sound doesn't work, is you can't concentrate on it.
Mhm.
Especially if you're watching it now, maybe on TVs now where you're expecting the sound to
Yeah,
be so crisp. Maybe if you're watching it in the 80s, you could have got away with it.
potentially, yeah. I mean, but yeah,
Yeah.
with if you watch any found footage stuff now, if you watch like even like Blair Witch and all these the VHS series, the
Mm.
sound's always crystal clear. It's never off
Hmm.
a camcorder, even though they're
Yeah.
kind of filmed off a camcorder.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, it's something. I mean, it's possible to do it that way. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we were talking about actually doing and redoing some bits on one night rental to sort of like jazz it up and get the filter that we want on it. So
Right.
I'm actually looking at that anyway.
Okay. So how did the idea for one night rental come about then? Obviously, the shop has a couple of guys with your names. So
Yeah.
that was, were you just sat in the shop one day and you were like, we could do a movie about this?
Yeah, we did originally did I wrote one. It was like Die Hard in a video shop. So we got like a really rare tape from
Mm.
a charity shop, and then this bloke it was a collector comes and raids the shop at Christmas party. So like there's like loads of characters there, and I was like, I can't do that because I can't do machine guns and I can't get all these characters. So
Mhm.
it's kind of loosely based on a true story, not totally true. Obviously, no one gets tortured and shot. But I used to share a flat, and I borrowed a video of this chap once called Caravan of Courage, the Ewok film.
Right.
I'd not seen for ages, so I was like, "Oh, so I'm borrowing this." And okay, I borrowed it, put it on, and at the end of the, the film was something I wasn't expecting, shall we say? Yeah, something a bit incriminating. And then I was like, "Oh
Ooh.
shit!" And then there was tons of these videos like with these bits on at the end of
Why were
like,
there bits on at the end? What am I missing here? Have they
oh
been
god,
like
was
taped
like
over?
sex. No, it's something that he'd made himself.
Right.
So I
Okay.
was like,
But
yeah,
why
but
was it
with
on the end of these films?
I have no idea. So you put the end of the film, and then there'd be another one. It'd be like motor racing, and then all of a sudden it'd clip into this like bit. Well, I mean, the way of hiding them, I don't know. But it was, yeah, it was it was unnerving at the start. I was like, I don't think he's kill anyone on these things because it was all weird. It was like, and then you got like with different camera angles and stuff. It was really fucking weird.
Did
But then I
you, so
thought,
you said he was a housemate. Did you kind of move out
yeah,
soon after?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a nice chap. So yeah,
Are you still
hopefully
friends with
there's
them?
this. I've not seen him for a while. He ended up marrying my ex-girlfriend, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was a
God.
star of one of these shows as well. So yeah, but yeah, and I thought, well, what happens if you like donated something to someone and it was, there's something at the end of it and you had to get that
Yeah.
tape back, and then I thought, well, I can't do that because you know it'd be on the adult section, and I don't
Right.
want to do that. So I thought, if like I just invented like Phil, Mr. Clarence Philby is my old deputy head at school, and I thought, a gangster donate some tapes, and he's got a fetish of killing people. So it just came from that, and like, what would you do if you got given them tapes?
Mm,
So yeah, it came from that. So very loosely based on a true story.
amazing. And then after that, you've done Serial. Is that right?
Yeah,
Serial. So you've
yeah,
had
so,
Lawrence R. Harvey, who has been to the shop and done a
yeah,
signing. He's great, isn't he?
yeah. Lawrence is ace. I mean, he turned up the night before we were filming. No,
Uh-huh.
no, not sorry, the night before I think we did the signing, then the filming. And he turned up, and we're just sitting there, and the basis in the film is he just basically drinks all the time, and he's a worst signer ever. He tells everyone to go away, and like starts like hating people and being rude.
Right.
Um, and he gets there on the day before the signing. He's like, "I see what I'm drinking." He goes, and he sort of quoted the film. I'm like, "Oh, this is mint." He goes, "Anything a little bit stronger?" I was like, and I laughed, and he went, "No, seriously." And it was amazing because like we were having a few drinks together. There's a few people here, and he would put on Human Centipede 2, and he did a little commentary for, like over the
Oh,
top of it. It was so
amazing.
cool.
I've
Such a
never
nice
had
bloke.
drinks with Lawrence. I feel like this needs to happen.
Oh yeah, you did. I'll tell you what. I'll try my best on the next one. We'll try and get you both
Yes.
linked in, and then we can go have some beers
Yeah,
and
I
or
love
whatever.
working with him actually. And I did a film with him called Mannequin. It's not out yet, or I don't know if it ever will be. But we were all living on this farm, like camping for like, I don't know, I was there for 10 days. So we had like this big dining table and I was cooking all the dinners for some reason I ended up as the caterer. So we've had like dinners together and like, family meals, but yeah, never any drinks, which is sad.
That was brilliant. I say literally echoed the character, not in a nasty way, but it was like first night I was like, "Mate, you all right?" And then he was fine, brilliant, and brilliant to work with. He was
Yeah.
superb in that
Mhm.
film.
Oh yeah,
He
it's
got
great.
everything down to a T. He was really good, and um, yeah, just put in a great performance. It's my favourite because basically Serial's three parts. So it's
Right.
someone gets in a taxi after a business trip, and this the taxi driver just starts telling us stories, basically, like of what's happening around Oldham.
Oh,
And it all loops around. I'll not tell you the whole thing because you might watch it one day.
well, exactly. I'd love
Um,
to see it.
yeah, yeah. So the first bit is about some predator hunters. The ones who like hunt paedophiles and stuff.
Right.
They go to this house and they get this. It's one of them their first go, and they go to the house. This bloke start doing the predator hunting thing, and it just goes a bit wrong. But again, you have to watch that. That's the short that we're putting into festivals at the moment. So that's got
Yeah.
into
Is
the
that the one with
yeah.
Lawrence in it?
No, no,
No.
it's not. One with Lawrence is my favourite, but it's not that. It's got the festival it's going to is a POV, so it's POV found footage festival.
Right,
'Cause it's
okay.
all body cam. That is all body cam and
That's the good thing
camcorder
actually
stuff.
about doing a film with these segments is you can actually put them out as separates as
Yeah, just
well.
chop them up. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it kind
Mm.
of like works like that, but it's all linked together with a taxi ride. The
Yeah.
middle one is a hostage one with Mandy Ryden. I don't know if you've heard of Mandy.
Yes, I think she's
Yeah.
in The Witches of the Sand. Tony
Oh,
Martin.
okay.
I think she's in that.
Yeah. So she was in that the second segment, which is about some gangsters that are given a test to do.
Mhm.
And then the third one is Lawrence's, who is the signer. He's basically the star of a series called Maniac Man, and he hates it. So everyone wants to get his autograph because he's Maniac Man. Like there was a
Mm.
franchise. We did all the artwork for it as well. We did like Maniac Man 1, 2, and 3, and did all the artwork for it. Um, and then he just like snaps, and yeah,
Amazing. Well, he's very versatile actually, because I've seen Lawrence do quite a lot of different things. And although he gets booked for a lot of horror, he's actually really good at playing very different characters. So I think that would be, I've never seen him be really like grumpy, so that would be fun.
Yeah, it's good to watch. Hopefully, you like it. I'll definitely send you a link and see what you think.
Mm.
That's my favourite of the three, personally. I mean, they're all good in mine, but the third one with Lawrence in because it was such good fun working with him. And yeah, it's a bit. There's certain challenges that we had to make that work. But yeah, I'd definitely work with them again if I get a chance.
Yeah.
Because they're such a sound dude, and it'd be good if we could get that to try and get him on the rum again and watch Human Centipede 2 if you want to.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've told this story on here before, and he actually watched a podcast, and I did say it to him when he came on, but I'd actually seen him in that before I'd met him, and he terrified me. because he's obviously so good as the character.
Yeah.
He's less terrifying now that he's my friend. But I was like, oh no, you heard me say that before I said it to you. So, and now he'll hear it again on here, I'm sure. But yeah, no, that would be super fun. And you probably can't tell me too much about the film you did down in London because you probably signed NDAs and you're not allowed to say too much, and I don't want to get you in trouble. So what have you got coming up next?
Yeah, so we are doing a holiday special next week, just for sort of like a Christmas thing. Basically, a one night rental sort of put to bed that trilogy thing. Because so meet and greet that's in Serial is kind of like one night rental two,
Mhm.
but like a point one two, if you know what I mean. So we're doing like a small, a shorter version where Rob and Chris go on holiday and leave the shop to Vern to look after. So if you obviously remember Neil playing Vern,
Yes.
the
Yeah, he
big
was
yeah the one
great.
that he's great. So he looks after the shop, and it just goes a bit wrong.
Right.
But Rob and Chris end up going to a spa. It's like this some yeah, it's just a bit to get a bit of fun out there. And then after that, we've got the one I'm going to send you, which is about a group of security guards who are looking after a bit like a A-listed building that is nothing happens in it.
Mhm.
And then there's a murder, so it's a bit of a slasher, like you were saying earlier.
Mhm.
It's kind of a who they all get sort of getting knocked off one by one with sort of comedy elements to it, obviously.
Mhm.
I was originally going to do it weirdly as mannequins, but I've decided against it and gone for human um, whodunits.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
I'll send you the script so you think, and then
Yes. So is two night rental done? It's not happening, or is it
well, I
just
don't know. Yeah,
just there?
someone put it on IMDb, and I don't know who. It wasn't me.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, because I was
it's
like, oh,
written.
I'm in this.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was gonna. It was definitely. It's like nearly. It's nearly written,
Well, I
but
remember
it's
you
like
talking about it. I
yeah,
remember having a, conversation, and then
yeah. We did. It was. I think I might have sent to you as well. If I'm
you
not mistaken.
sent
It
me
was basic.
something, definitely. Mm.
Yeah, it was like where they all come round and they do they find a game, and it's a Ouija game with a video
That was
like
it.
atmosphere,
Atmosphere.
and you're in the
Yeah.
telly.
I saw
So
that in a
yeah,
charity shop the other day, but I don't have a video player, so I
really.
didn't buy it. Mm.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not something that I'm sort of totally against doing next, but it was like it. Well, we had a
Got
actually
other
we had a meet
ideas.
when I had a meeting with everyone who was involved with it, and it was like I don't want to do that. Like the majority of people who were in it were like,
Mm.
I'm not too fussed, so I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I moved on to the next bit, which is cereal,
Yeah.
and then did that, and then there's like one night rentals kind of in there. In the meet
Right.
and greet is kind of like because it's the same character, Rob and Chris's video
Yeah.
shop that Lawrence comes to. So and Vern's in it again as well, and
I like
other
that. So you're
characters. So,
creating your own kind of universe as well.
yeah, kind of like a little mini universe. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So then there's yeah. So then the holiday special will put it to bed a little bit. But yeah, I'm undecided whether I'm gonna do that. But yeah, definitely the security guardy one for me because I've got access to something that's really cool and
Yeah.
yeah, it's I just think it's fun. I need to rewrite bits of it though to make sure it works as a
Well, I'm
whodunit.
excited about reading it, but we're out of
Okay.
time, Chris.
Oh,
This has
okay.
gone really quickly. Usually
All
by the
right.
end, I'm like, I'm running out of questions and I'm running out of things to say, but I feel like we could go on for ages. So
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll have to bring you back at a later date, maybe, and have a catch up and
Yeah,
see what
cool.
you've been up to. But thank you so much for coming on the show,
No
and
problem.
hopefully I will read your script soon.
Yeah, there you will for sure.